Hi everyone, it's Kelley Rao. So we're here today to kick off our handbag tutorial. We'll be doing a series of videos taking you mostly step by step how to make the Simona handbag from Shambhala. And I have her permission to do this video, which I appreciate. We should always ask permission, it's just nice. So today is going to be me talking and showing you some items. We're not going to be doing any sewing, but I think it'll help you get things kicked off, because when you start a project you have to have all your ducks in a row. So let's talk about first of all the supplies you're going to need for the project. Now this goes for any sewing project. You're going to need a sewing machine, obviously. Now everybody has different machines. I will be doing this tutorial using my Juki 8700 and my Juki 1541. So use the machine you have, but you should know what it can handle as far as materials. So don't pick, super thick, slick vinyl if your machine can't handle that. So most any pattern can be accommodated for your machine, as long as you just put the time into picking the right materials and interfacings and all that goes with it too. So, but for this course, I'll be using my Juki 8700 mostly. It is a dressmaker industrial sewing machine, so it's not as heavy duty as you might think, but it's perfect for the majority of what I do making bags. And then I do use my Juki 1541, which is a compound walking foot machine. I use that for straps and the final top stitching. I probably could use my 8700, but I'm so used to using the 1541 because it's fun and it works and it's sitting there and it has the right color thread on it, which is very important. All right, enough about that. So supplies. Yes, so you need a sewing machine, and you're gonna need a standard sewing kit. That might be different for everybody. Mine is in this very fancy bag that used to hold macadamia nut chocolates. Empty, obviously. Seam ripper, metal marking pen, seam gauge. You know all the things you might need. So you need a tool kit, if you will. You're gonna need a cutting mat, and a rotary cutter, obviously. I'll put this over here since we already talked about it. You're gonna need scissors. I have my trusty Kai scissors. I love these ones. These are the extra, it's like a 10-inch, so really good cut. Love those a lot. Kai's professional series. And then a really nice pair of snips. You need your snips. I have a couple, half dozen, but this is my favorite. Where is she by? Catherine K. Buckley. I don't care, but they're like $22. They're not cheap, but they're really good. You're going to need some double-sided tape. And sorry for all the O's, but that's how I talk. So, double-sided tape. You're going to need some leather paint if you want. I like to paint the edges of the straps before I put them in the hardware, so that the little parts that might peek out won't show the backing of the vinyl if it's not the color like black. So just a nice little thing. These are on Amazon. It's called Angelus, and you can get them for about $6 with your Prime free shipping, or you can buy them from other vendors and get them for like $3 plus shipping. So they always make it work out for you. Let's see, and you're going to need a leather punch to punch holes, or you can use an awl or whatever you have. But this is nice when you want to punch the holes for the rivets. I'll put that down. I have cheat sheet notes for me. Let's see. So you'll want some Cordura to strengthen your connectors and your strap. I'll show you how to do that in a video. I have done it before, but we'll just do it all streamlined through one project, and it might make more sense to everybody. And let's see. So Cordura strips, you're going to need little straps or scraps of vinyl to put behind your rivets, sometimes for reinforcement. Just like to do that. It's a good habit to get into. Always think about longevity of your bag. Is it gonna, last thing you want to do is have your customer or even you hold your bag and have the strap fly off. It has happened to me, unfortunately. So scraps of vinyl, and you're gonna want, if you have it, ideally a heat press is really, really nice to quickly iron your fabrics and apply the interfacings. But a good iron is sufficient, so you don't always have to have the creme de la creme to do your project. So I have an Oliso iron, which I love. It gets pretty hot, so it actually can handle all of this work. But again, I'll use my steam press because it's faster, and it's faster, period. So let's see, what else? Now, so then we need, of course, thread and needles. I like, for my machines, I like this thread. It's called Selric. This is a soft polyester, which means it's not bonded, and therefore it is thinner. And I love it. People either love it or hate it. So it works great for me on my 8700, my 1541, even on my Juki 2010Qs, and it's worked on domestics as well. But I don't usually use my domestic except for embroidery. And for that machine, I quilt on it and I use cotton thread. So use the right thread for the right project. For us though, I like this soft Selric from Amazon. Like I said, people either love it or hate it. And then if I'm going to use on my industrial, the 1541, I will use the same Selric, but this is bonded nylon. I have lots of black bonded polyester and this and that, but I want to show you that they do carry a bonded nylon version for about $1 more, and it works great for the bigger machine, so I use that as well. Now I know you don't all have industrial machines, and you certainly can make this bag without it as long as you know what you're making. So let me show you a couple of things. This is this needle is called an HLX5, and it's the 116 PD, and the PD will stand for titanium. And this makes the needle extra sharp and really can puncture and go through the vinyl much easier than, say, your standard domestic needle. So this is for a domestic machine. These are Oregon HLX5, and then it's 100/16 PD. These are great needles. It's like a top stitching needle on steroids. And then as far as thread, everybody has their favorites. I like the Gutermann thread. I actually use it a lot when I made bags on my domestic. And this is the Mara 100, which is a Tex 30. I think people use a higher one for top stitching. I'm not sure, so maybe somebody can pipe in about that. So that's it on the threads for now. So another day I'll talk about maybe more in depth, but for this particular project. So let's talk about the materials that we're going to use in our bag. So, like I said, I'm going to be doing a vinyl bag. So the first thing is this cool vinyl here. I'll show you. You've probably seen it before. It's kind of thin and pliable, and I just think it's really, really pretty. So that's going to be the front and the sides of my Simona. And I'll tell you either at the end of the series, or I'll put a PDF that has a resource for all the materials, what they're called, where you can buy them if you're interested. So there's that one. And then we're going to use this solid black, which is marine vinyl from My Punk Embroidery for the accents. And so this one does have that gray backing, so it would show through on my straps. So we just edge coat a tiny little bit when we're all done. I'll show you that when we get there. So this comes in, I think it's 12 inch by 60 inch, so you can get your straps, your connectors, your base, and the sides out of this piece, more than enough. So you're looking at, cost-wise for your vinyl, about $15 or so. It's not too expensive at all. And then we need to have our lining fabrics. So I'm actually low on lining fabric, which is so odd. So I have on order some more of this, which I would have liked to use, which is a polka dot from Michael Miller, but it's not coming for a few days. So we're going to use a solid black. This is the Kona Premium, I think it's called. Jet black Kona cotton fabric is my favorite, so I buy this a lot. You get it from Missouri Star Quilting Company. They've been out for a while, and I found it on Etsy. I paid twice as much as I should have for it, but I'm happy. I have 10 more yards, so my stash is happy. And then you're going to need inside the bag the pocket, so the zipper pocket. So again, I'll be using this for the interior zipper pocket. And also there'll be a slip pocket. In the slip pocket, we're going to use this vinyl and put that accent right on top of it. And I'll show you how I do the slip pockets. It's pretty cool. I like it. So that is the materials that we're going to use for our bag. And then, oh, everyone loves the all-important interfacing, so I'm going to show you what we're going to use for this project. Get it over here. Hopefully it's not too crazy to look at. So the first thing is we're going to use, let me get this organized. This is Woven Fuse from gotinterfacing.com. I like it better than SF101, so I buy it, and it's my favorite. I've used for a couple of years now. It comes in 60-inch, I think it's 60-inch, maybe 45-inch width, so it's very comparable cost-wise, and I just think it fuses better than SF101. To each their own. Then Barb has this really cool stuff called Woven Fuse 2, and this one I like to use on my linings. It almost feels like it's a sheet that has the sticky stuff, I call it adhesive, put to it, and it makes for a really crisp lining, crisper than the SF101. So I use this. I find it does require a higher heat to adhere, so I use the steam press for that. I don't use steam, I use the press and a wool setting. But you can use it on the iron. It just takes a long time to get it to adhere to your fabric. So it depends upon how big your piece is and how much patience you have. So, but this is great stuff. This is Woven Fuse 2. But you can do the whole bag with just Woven Fuse or SF101 if you prefer, as far as the lining cotton interfacing. So let's fall down like this. So this is Bosal in our form double-sided fusible. I use this whenever I make a vinyl bag because it works. So basically, because it's a double-sided fusible, I put a piece of this on the vinyl, then I put a larger piece of Woven Fuse over it and fuse it like a sandwich so that the edges are all nice and sealed. This is always cut about 3/7 inch less than the pattern piece, and then I have a nice margin. It works as a seam allowance or gauge too. So anyhow, this is a Bosal in our form +2, and you can buy this on Amazon. So I have some more coming my way because I love this stuff and use it for almost all vinyl bags. I don't use it on cotton bags because I haven't figured it out, but it tends to wrinkle. So I'll figure that out one day. And then, put this over here. We have our Decaville light, and I love this stuff. I use this a lot. So we're going to be using this in the base of our bag, just a small piece, and then a small piece in the half of our slip pocket, because we don't want it to be a floppy slip pocket. You know how they turn out sometimes. So we interface half the pocket with this, and it gives us just the right amount of crispness, if you will. And last but not least is the Decaville regular. People call it heavy. I think it's just Decaville regular. And it's almost got like a cardboard feel to it, and this is what we use in our base. So the base actually is a combination of several things, but we'll address that later on. Okay, so let's talk about the hardware that we're going to need for the bag. You can refer to the pattern, but let me just give you a recap. It's a little bit different because we're going to do things a little bit different than the pattern. So we're going to need 4 connectors. We'll be doing hidden connectors on this particular pattern. I'll show you how to do that again. So 4 of those. Those are very pretty. Those are from warmino.com, I believe. And 4 of the strap ends. I think you can buy these from Lauren as well, warmino.com. And the screws, don't forget the screws. You'll need a 1 zipper end, your hang tag if you have one, and your badge if you have one, or just, you know, but if you want those homemade or custom made, those ones are nice. We're going to need bag feet, 6 of them, because it's a pretty good sized bag, so 6 bag feet. A tassel holder if you want, and a tassel. I already made mine in the previous video for this particular bag. And you're going to need, let's see, a 10-inch and a 12-inch piece of continuous zipper tape, like so, with a zipper pull. I'll show you how to attach a zipper pull later on. So those are the things you'll need to make the bag. I don't think I've forgotten anything. If I have, we'll find out later on. So the last thing we're going to cover is what things are we doing different in the bag. So we're going to be adding a recessed zipper instead of having the magnetic closure on top. I'll show you how to make the foam sandwich, which again is just using your heat press, and you put the vinyl and you put the bosal and you put the woven fuse all at one time, because otherwise you'll mess up your iron with the bosal, which is fusible both sides. Press it, trim it, have a beautiful sandwich, and it won't wrinkle, and it's nice with vinyl. Show you how to make the base a little firmer by using both the the Decaville products and foam and woven fuse, and you get a nice firm base. We all want a nice firm base. I make the interior zipper pocket a little bit different than Sammy does. Probably all one half dozen of the other, but that's how I do it. And show you how to make the slip pocket with the band on top, and so there's no raw edge, which is always nice. Let's see, hidden connectors. We've done that before, but we'll do it again. Everyone loves them, and I do too. And before we even start sewing, we're going to be doing a lot of prep work. I like to get all of the straps made, the connectors made, the lining done. We get everything done so we can kind of just streamline through the whole bag. It's kind of fun that way to have all that stuff out of the way. So it won't be following the pattern exactly, but you'll get to the same finishing point at the end. So, and we're not going to be doing any piping, so we'll do piping another day. But for this bag, I didn't think it needs piping. So that's it for this video. We'll be doing next time. We'll be showing how to lay out the fabric and how to cut it, and just basically start getting ready to dive in. So thanks so much. Have a great day.